Morning, church. It's Sunday, February 21st. I hope that those of you who are able are planning on joining us in in-person worship this morning. And we'll also be live, hoping that we figured out some of the issues with our live stream, and be live on Facebook and on YouTube as well. So look for us there at 10:30, and of course you can watch it afterwards as well. But I still wanted to give you a devotional this morning. It's been a couple days, and so I wanted to give you something for Lent this morning. And the passage that I was reading in devotionals this morning was from Mark, and about the temptation of Christ. Thinking about Jesus fasting for 40 days and the temptations that he went through. As many of us have given up things for Lent and we're fasting in some way, shape, or form for Lent, maybe you're feeling that right now. Now, not the same way Jesus did, because you're not in a wilderness and you're not without food and water. It's not been 40 days yet, although one of the reasons that we do this 40 days before Lent is remembering Jesus' temptation here. But sometimes we allow what we're giving up to overwhelm our thoughts or preoccupy our minds. Sometimes it can consume us. You know, the question is, for me, did Jesus just think about food the whole time when he was out there? I think if Jesus would have been consumed with the thought of food or water, that he would have given into the temptations of Satan. But it becomes clear that his mind is on Scripture, and his mind is on the Father. And because of his focus on them, he's able to overcome the temptations that he is facing in that moment. And so I'm not thinking about that in terms of, oh no, you gave up chocolate for Lent and it's all you can think about now when you're in the store is that Kit Kat bar or whatever that you're wanting. Now, this question I read this morning wasn't really a question. At this moment, Lord, I turn my thoughts to you. It's a guided prayer. I leave aside my chores and preoccupations, and I take rest and refreshment in your presence. But to truly be in the presence of God, we have to leave behind those things that preoccupy our hearts and minds. And those can be very real concerns. If Jesus would have been preoccupied with being hungry in the wilderness, nobody would have said he was to blame. They would have said he was human. Because he was human, he certainly felt that hunger. And there was probably moments where he was thinking about the next piece of bread. But to be in the presence of God, he had to set aside those preoccupations. To really feel the presence of the Father and to hear his voice, to know his guidance. All the chores of the day had to be set aside. He had to put aside and say, for the next 40 days, the things in my life that normally matter, that I normally do day to day, I'm not going to do them anymore. They're not going to be my focus. They're not going to be who I am. I'm not going to be defined by the things that I do. I'm not going to be defined by the preoccupations of my mind. I'm not going to be defined by the things that consume my heart. I'm going to be defined as one who stands in the presence of God. Forget the 40 days. Do you have 40 seconds in your day where you do that? 40 seconds where your mind, your heart, your life are not filled with preoccupations from work, your family, your problems, your finances, your relationships, all the things that normally steal all of your focus. You have 40 seconds in your day where you allow yourself to live in that wilderness, away from the preoccupations of life, and fully in the presence of God. If I have to explain any more why that's important or why it's a problem, that most of us probably have to answer no. It didn't take even 40 seconds today. then there's probably a deeper problem. But if you haven't, right now, in this moment, I challenge you to stop watching this video, get off of Facebook or YouTube, get off your device, and take maybe not 40 seconds, maybe 400 seconds, maybe 40 minutes. Take some time to push all the preoccupations of life out of your mind and heart. And just let them be filled with the presence of God. Let them be filled with His love, His peace. And it will do far more in helping you to overcome your struggles than whatever time you will take worrying, stressing, trying to figure out whatever problems are consuming your heart and life today. Take a moment right now and go into His presence. Focus not on the things in this world, but focus on the things above. And may His presence fill your hearts and your lives today.